whilst others say that Shelley herself conducted experiments on her own pet dog. Dr. Victor Frankenstein's monster. Now, was it an experiment that went wrong, or was it a prediction of what was to come in the future? Dr. Victor Frankenstein. He created a humanoid monster using a collection of body parts and organs from a multitude of unsuspecting donors. And then, using nature's most graphic form of energy, lightning, he harnessed this and channeled it, along with the assistance of his hunchback, Igor, into the very monster itself, giving it life. For the first time, the monster rose and broke the chains that bound and shackled it. Was this not a metaphor for the shackles that restrict men's minds as to what could be achievable in medical science in the future? Mary Shelley. Now, she published her novel on the 1st of January 1818. It was entitled Frankenstein, the Modern Prometheus. Now, Prometheus was the Titan, a trickster who was involved in the creation of mortals. The idea for her novel is said to have come from various points. Firstly, some say that she dreamt that one of her deceased children came back to life, whilst others say that Shelley herself conducted experiments on her own pet dog. At the time, 1818, science was seen as another form of witchcraft. Its spells written in mathematical formula jotted down on notebooks. At this time, the human body was seen to be a whole, and with good health, it actually meant that the body was in balance. The actual stage production of the novel took place in London in 1823. The title on the billboards was The Fate of Frankenstein. The monster was actually never given a name. It only once refers to itself when speaking to its creator, Dr. Victor Frankenstein, as the Adam of your labours. Why didn't Shelley name the monster? Was it possible because, in Georgian times, to name the monster would have given it a soul, and this would have infuriated the church at the time? Or was Adam used, as the monster referred to itself to Dr. Victor Frankenstein, as a hint of what was to come, being the first example of what was and what is now potentially possible with modern day medical science? As time moved on, in 1894, a Swiss surgeon actually addressed a meeting and said that it was actually feasible to transplant an organ into another human's body. And by 1900, this theory was genuinely accepted. The actual replacement of one's body parts with others isn't a new idea. As far back in Mayan culture, if they lost teeth or their teeth, they shaped seashells and replaced them in their mouths. False teeth were actually replaced by the teeth of soldiers that had fallen on the battlefield. And so common was the use of these teeth that the teeth themselves were referred to as Waterloo teeth. Medical science has continued to progress to the point where full face transplants are now achievable, as well as full limb transplants. Even integrating metal parts within the human body. Shelley wrote that an electrical charge brought Frankenstein's monster to life in the form of lightning. And today it is commonplace that electricity is used to restart the human heart. I mean, when you think about it, why is Dr. Victor Frankenstein's monster seen as a monster when you could equally see it as what is possible, a success of human scientific intervention in the fact that it overcame death its very self? All of us now have the benefits of transplant surgery, from skin to major body organs themselves. Now, these transplants do not create monsters, they reaffirm the human being itself. Was Mary Shelley's novel a prediction of what was to come in the future? One that gave hope to further generations as to the removal of illness and physical impairment? Or was it simply a novel, a story aimed at unsettling the strict religious beliefs of the Georgian era? I mean, after all, could it not be said that each one of us is not the sum of the parts of our lineage that has come together? Their collective DNA forming the blueprint for our very selves, our mannerisms, our traits, and our physical appearances. Now you come to your conclusion, after you yourself has listened to what I have had to say. Was Mary Shelley a visionary, or was she before her time? Was she simply an author, or was she just a teller of stories?